Zero has to be the most railroaded character in Borderlands 2. While other characters in the game may have a handful of skills that synergize with a specific weapon type, like Gage with SMGs or Salvador with shotguns, this soliloquy-spouting cyborg has an entire tree almost single-handedly spent on sniper rifles. In combination, the intended gameplay loop is clear. Find a position and demolish enemies and bosses alike with measured shooting at a long range. So what if you couldn't zoom in? After mucking around in the character creator, hunting for something vaguely respectable, I regaled my chat with the disbelief created by my previous hour of YouTube searches. It's crazy that no one's had this idea before. How has no one thought, let's take the sniper character and simply never zoom in? This video only came about because one of my stream regulars told me that she wants to see more runs on Zero because, quote, he is hot. Thanks to her, I'm now stuck on an ice shelf explaining the rules, which are finish normal mode with only snipers without shooting an enemy while scoped. Other sources of damage like grenades and melee are allowed, but I'm not allowed to spec melee and snipers have to make up the majority of my damage for the whole run. Your first challenge is Zero and you intentionally make it the most frustrating shit. I'm not sure how frustrating this is actually going to be. What do you mean no launches? Nearly no close range? No, you're wrong. I think this will be interesting. I spent the first couple areas experimenting with the mechanics of no-scoping in this game, using the DLC Muck-a-Muck to see just how bad the suffering would be. Following in the footsteps of every other challenge runner, I made my way straight to the peak where I was repeatedly trolled by spitter spawns. Sniper no-scope only or other weapons are out? Snipers only, no-scopes only. Oh fuck, it's a spitter. Come on! I'm getting unlucky here. Bruh, okay. Bruh. Brain dead skag. Jump again. Bro. Please? What the fuck? Wait, it's an early rapid. Holy shit. Level 7. Let's go, we're done. After surviving the fight for Sanctuary dialogue, it was time to do some shopping. What the fuck? This is a good time to discuss my loot strategy. Before stream, I had worked out that this entire run pretty much centered on Malawan weapons because they have both insanely high elemental chances and bullets that explode upon hitting an enemy. With pretty much any rarity of Malawan above white, I could reliably cut through weaker enemies by letting their health melt away while I focused on stronger targets with a different rifle. This meant that my main non-elemental options would be either Jacobs for its huge crit damage or Vladov for the fire rate. In my case, boredom won out over perfection. Haha, peen. Even though I was massively overleveled, I still found difficulty in Liarsburg. Not only was I discovering just how far 95% accuracy is from 100%, but the recovery time forced me to shoot slower and was really testing my tracking aim. Although there was some difficulty in finding exactly how I was supposed to crit boom, the trip into the Soaring Dragon was fairly relaxed. I even took the time to convert Animal Abuse into a better critting weapon from Hammerlock. As I entered areas where the mobbing became thicker, I began to feel the pinch of an ammunition problem that would dog me throughout the rest of the run. You start with 48 total sniper rounds, but even after investing hundreds of iridium, you cap out at only 132. That's not a lot, especially later on in the game when you're expected to be able to clear dozens of enemies at once with no vending machines in sight. So, between every individual shot and all the times I was going down, I had to hunt for every little container that could possibly supply me. With his invulnerability and awful crit spot, Flint was always going to be a tough fight. Even then, I didn't expect it to be this tough. Wait, he nearly jumped off. Wait. He's completely broken. I cannot believe that that worked. Once I was on the mainland, the game decided to be difficult. I've never seen a badass nomad spawn here. The trip to Sanctuary was pretty standard, but I did have to use deception as an escape tool more than I expected. I'm gonna fucking relapse at the pokies, mate. Feeling the squeeze on my current weapons, I felt that quickly grabbing a Fremington's Edge would give me a nice buff. This took forever. There were two things I didn't know at this point. Firstly, the Fremington's listed plus 100% critical hit damage is actually just the unlisted 100% crit boost from every other sniper rifle in the game. Secondly, it's a Hyperion gun. Hyperion's gimmick is that constant fire increases accuracy, which would be great if the fire rate actually let you fucking use it. This is a problem across all Hyperion sniper rifles, even genuinely useful ones for this run like the Morningstar. This single mechanic, so often helpful on every other Hyperion weapon, threw out almost all of the routing work that I had done for this run. I need a nap. For once, Lilith seemed to not want to get me killed, and someone was even kind enough to leave a sniper rifle on a table for me. Oh shit. Wait, it's a Malawan! That's so much better. Badmore was a very close thing. How's the challenge going? I'm quite literally getting the crap beaten out of me. But I took the opportunity to grind all the way to level 16. That's the first time he's dropped a sniper rifle, and it's a Hyperion fucking shit-fuck gun. With more ammo finally in my possession, I began what would have been the most difficult mobbing section so far. Knowing I was too powerful to stop, the game attempted to slow me by turning my game volume up for no reason. Cover is banned. Why is the game so loud in this area? This Malamon sniper was so good, I was having very little issue with areas I had expected to be difficult. Even at ranges that shouldn't have been viable, I was still managing to hit my mark. Long range accuracy. Shockingly good. Hey, did you know that Mad Mike can spawn with any launcher? Really though, the only way that bandits could make the fight more difficult was by forcing me to aim in weird ways. Piss off, Saquon Barkley, what the fuck is this? Even then, I knew that once the loaders forced me to go back to my Jacobs, things would become a lot bumpier. A Malamon corrosive sniper! My day is made! Holy shit! The timing could not have been more perfect. That's absurd! Chalk that one up to bird luck, but it made the top of the dam even easier. The Warden looked tough, but that was only because I didn't have a half-decent shock weapon. Once I was through that shield, it may as well have not bothered coming. There we go. I took the time between story missions to hunt for a couple upgrades. Huh? But I knew Tundra Express would be easy enough, so I hurried myself along. Wilhelm's only difficulty came from my continued lack of shock damage. I was finding it pretty difficult to out-DPS the surveyors he insisted on respawning. But finally, getting this done allowed me to unlock the Ludmilla farm. If you somehow don't know this, the Ludmilla is easily the best sniper rifle in the game, at least when Gettle decides to stop trolling me by jumping the length of the USS Nimitz every time I go into Deception. No! Why do I have the feeling this farm's gonna take a while? If we get Varuks, I'm gonna start losing my fucking mind. What the fuck? I literally called it! I literally called it that was gonna happen. Are you fucking serious? He's gonna give me like a fire one or some shit. That's the thing. There's no way! There's no... How did I call that perfectly? Fuck you, Gettle. Oh my god. Okay. I do not believe this for 1 second, bro. What the fuck? By this point, over an hour into this one farm, I gave up on getting the last corrosive one I wanted. Thank fuck, a normal one. That will do. Having multiple Ludmillas made the game almost obnoxiously easy, but I needed it. Even Overlook, which I'd normally find at least somewhat difficult to manage, was a little too simple.
Go, quickly.
Next up was the Preserve, and after finding some new gear... Whoa! Hello? My beloved. What the fuck? Finally, a slag sniper rifle. You've no idea how long I've been waiting to get one of these. The real difficulty was just in managing the volume of enemies. I might be the first person to ever use Morty's supply stashes for supplies, and my continuing lack of ammo was leading me towards other creative solutions too. Are you serious? Poke. Poke. Alright. What? Once I had found that ammo though, Bloodwing was shockingly easy. Oh damn, those crits. And then I turned around and did it all again. I'm here for the Trespasser, a sniper rifle that completely bypasses enemy shields on hit. This entire run through the Preserve was only to get this one gun, which I only plan to use on Jack's clone. Despite being borderline underleveled now, 1000 cuts was almost a cakewalk. With Brick finally on side and the janky-ass beacons broken down, those ladies at university, you know, they call me Flesh Beacon, I could finally head into the worst map in the game. Luckily for me, the Trespasser worked. Unluckily for me, I had to play this stupid map. If you like Opportunity, I genuinely think you need some kind of psychological evaluation. The run up to the bunker was possibly the most awful part of this whole experience. It felt like I had suddenly lost the ability to do any reasonable amount of damage, and the little guys were apparently far more threatening than the actual mini-bosses. Are you serious? What?
I know you can do it. I'm making my way.
No fucking way I died to the fucking baby jet loader. Not even Boar could save me. No, it was 1 HP. What the fuck? How many loot midgets am I gonna find? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? I just realized he's level 26, and he didn't take slag at all. You have a 60% chance to take slag with this gun, and you're just not. Where are my crits? Where are my crits? Fuck off! A third one? Huh? Once I had actually made it to the top, well, I'm playing Zero, you already know what happened. Okay, fine, I'll show it to you. Okay. first try! Okay, I'm gonna die like 6 times here. Like, there's no way I'm living through all of this. I was right! I'll be honest, this section's boring as hell. The bird, she's like 16 or something, stop zooming in on her feet. She's clearly in her 20s. Angel is very clearly in her mid-20s in this, because she would have been in her early 20s or late teens during the events of Borderlands 1, which was 5 years ago. She is in her mid-20s. She is my age. Really, there's only one thing that makes this era even vaguely bearable for me. I love killing children! What part of this does Jack not understand? I agree though, I do need to stop thinking about places to put my dick. God fucking damn it. After the game taunted me, chat had managed to convince me to go back up and farm bunker, so I had fun with that for a while. Still in a farming mood, I went to go upgrade my Ludmilas, as the weapons I had hoped to be using in the endgame were apparently secretly dogshit. This time, I needed a corrosive Ludmila, and I wouldn't stop until I got it. I just nade jumped off his nade. Wanted. Oh, he ducked! He ducked under the crit. Incredible. Another one. Like, this is already an... Is that 2 in a row? Have you even got one later in it? Yup. Nope. Not a single one. Hey, there's one. It's the wrong one. Can I just get this already? I want to do something else this stream. Bruh! Wow, the monkey's paw curled and I got an elemental Ludmila. Nice head. Finally! Oh! That took fucking forever. Oh, you thought that was a long segment? Motherfucker, that took a full, real-life hour.
I will pay you to
Subscribe to Burko Bird! After scamming Jack for free Iridium, I walked into Sawtooth guns blazing. Midway through this, I finally leveled up and gained access to the Holy Grail. Wait, how much does this improve it by? 45%! No, 25% on this level, 45 on next. Holy shit. At 1 with the gun is the only useful skill I had access to across this whole run. The headline is obviously that I finally get some kind of buff to no-scoping, but the extra reload speed and mag size mean that I'm in fights longer and don't need to be as tanky to survive reloads. My different attempts to cheese the lift fight were met with an uncaring iron-spiked wall. Seriously, is this area a rocket launcher checkpoint? Once again, my greatest enemy was ammo capacity, giving me more unwanted chances to show off what little aim I have. I have to be so precise. My second greatest enemy was my lack of on-level fire damage, leading me to a wild goose chase to open this box. Oh, well, the game's trolling me, I guess. Bruh. Am I gonna die to mortar? Are you serious? Oh, thank fuck. That would have been really embarrassing. I had spent too long farming that Ludmila for these buzzards to be a threat.
Mortar, the vault is here.
And while I was perfectly well equipped to deal with the pumping stations, my lack of survivability was showing somewhat. I realized it would be more helpful for the end of the game if I got to level 35 so I could max out at 1, since the warrior's crit spot moves around a lot during the fight. So I fought through Firestone and gauged its difficulty. What? Why do they know where I am? The problem is, Saturn now has, like, no stuff to bore. Maybe it wasn't such a big deal. Despite a massive constructor bore, stealing Jack's meme coins was actually quite difficult. Now that everyone in Sanctuary was patiently waiting for me to go attack the final boss, I spent my time shooting at a robot over and over again. Hey! That's a good sniper. Straight rod, same. Mine actually curves to the left a little bit. How big is the Burkhawk? I'm sorry, you fucking should be. Jesus Christ. It's not about size, it's about how you use it. Luckily, I've got both. So, feel free to speculate about my penis in the comments below. Okay, so now that I had level 5, I exploited the goodwill of others and started my attack. Remember kids, this section of the story tells you that if you annoy a woman long enough, she'll eventually open up to you. On an unrelated note, I'm still single. Despite hating me for being a child killer, Jack was letting me shoot a lot of minors. Get rotated, idiot. While I checked the red chest for any upgrades, let's check in on chat again. Come cool, PC. Nearly passed out, but it's running at 20 Celsius now. Handy Jork was a bit more difficult than expected, but the final annoyance was the warrior. I hadn't managed to find a good single-shot sniper, so I was left with increasing inaccuracy and the warrior's head doing this. But with some solid effort and taking a while to farm a volcano I really didn't need, the run was done. Do you think if I keep no-scoping they'll invite me to phase? You've seen this cutscene before, fuck you.